Anti-gay protests by a Kansas church outside military funerals are protected by the First Amendment. That's the ruling by the Supreme Court, which voted 8-1 in favor of the Westboro Baptist Church. That decision came as a disappointment to Albert Schneider, the father of a dead Marine.
8 justices don't have the common sense God gave a goat.
Schneider sued church members after they picketed his son's funeral, carrying signs that said, "Thank God for dead soldiers." He won at trial, but a federal appeals court threw out the verdict, and the Supreme Court agreed.
And this court has no problem with the government sending our children over to these wars, send them back in a body bag, and not even have enough respect for that dead soldier to be buried peacefully.
The fundamentalist church members stage anti-gay protests outside military funerals. They claim that military deaths are God's punishment for the nation's tolerance of homosexuality.
The soldiers are dying for the sins of this nation. You've got to put away your sins, mourn for your sins, or this nation's going down. Shutting us up wasn't going to change that.
Justice Samuel Alito says the commitment to free speech doesn't mean the country has to tolerate what he calls a vicious verbal assault. But Alito was the only justice to dissent.
Chief Justice John Roberts wrote the opinion, and he said, as hurtful as the speech may be, that they're obviously commenting on issues of public concern, and that because they're talking about issues of public concern, they have a right to say what they chose to say.
Schneider and his family had the support of 48 states, 42 U.S. senators, as well as veterans groups, all who say the church protests amount to, quote, psychological terrorism. Ross Simpson, The Associated Press.